Hi, I'm Kim, and if, like me, you prefer to tether your camera when shooting, I'm going to show you something that can turn this into this. Anyone who knows me will know I'm a big fan of Tether Tools equipment. I was very excited to get my hands on their new Air Direct system, which basically replaces your USB cable, which was limiting to about 15 feet without a powered extension. This little guy just sits on top or beside your camera, plugs in as normal to your USB port, powered up. It generates its own Wi-Fi signal, so you don't need to have external Wi-Fi where you are. So if you are on location, that can be handy, but you can bridge it if you do. So if you have a Wi-Fi hotspot nearby, you can bridge your computer and this together, and you'll still have internet access, which can be very handy if you want to use this to live stream for video, and it does work that way. If there's an app called eCam, which makes it work, which is actually pretty good. I've been using that a bit lately. However, this for tethering is quite a good result. The distance it operates on is around 200 feet or 60 meters. It runs on 802.11ac, so that gives you 5 gigahertz. It'll give you a very fast throughput, or 2.4G, which will give you a slightly longer range, I guess. I've pretty much stuck to it in 5G because I'm never going to be that far away from my computer. However, if you are going to be in a building with lots of walls, that's going to be cut down significantly, so worth testing that out for you if it's going to work. It has multiple power options. Included in the pack is a Canon LP6 battery, and a very common battery to have. I know I had loads of them back when I shot Canon in the old days. Not that I've any anymore, but that simply plugs in the top, and away you go. Tether Tools have thought about DC power input, and they include a cable in the pack, which means you can use it off a USB power brick, which is great because it runs at 5 volts and 1.1 amp. So pretty much any power brick will work with this. The bigger it is, the longer you're going to get, obviously. And you can hot swap the batteries. So if you want to change your Canon battery on top, you can plug in a USB power, take out your Canon battery, pop in a freshly charged one, and away you go. However, the USB power bank won't charge the battery that's on the device, unfortunately. It has a USB-C connection on here, so if your camera is USB-C, that's great. So you get a very fast throughput to the device. However, the time it takes for this device to go to your computer is about 5 to 6 seconds on 5G network, which might seem a little slow, but I remember back in the old USB days of 1.1, it taking about that time to transmit. I know shooting Canon 5D Mark III, that was the case. I guess we're spoiled these days with USB-C cables like this one here, just direct in to our camera. It takes less than a second to transfer. So if you're used to that high speed, or you want that high speed, then it's probably something you're going to have to consider looking at sacrificing if you want to use this. So really, what's this for? It is to allow you to have a tangle-free experience when you're tethering, so no cables hanging out the side of your camera, dragging across the floor as you move around, no tripping up on cables. To me, that's worth quite a bit, and worth quite a bit has to be because this unit is about €420 in the shops. So it's not a cheap unit to have, but I've got to say, although made of plastic, it seems quite a tough plastic. It's certainly very well built. It feels nice in the hand. Mounting options are interesting. There is a hot shoe connector on the bottom of it with a 1/4-20 screw hole. So you can mount this on the hot shoe in your camera. However, that would remove the use of a flash trigger from the camera, which is probably something most people that this unit is aimed at are going to be wanting to use. So you're going to have to mount this somewhere else. Also available as an accessory is a tiny little bracket with a cold shoe on it, which you can connect in, and that then connects onto anything Arca Swiss or Manfrotto. It's adjustable here, so if you had an L bracket, you could put it on the side of your camera, mount this to it, and it would be out of the way. A little bit of a problem if you shoot with a rangefinder camera like an X Pro 2, but on any other camera with the central viewfinder, it's absolutely perfect because it's right out of the way there. Other mounting options are put it under the camera, clip it onto a normal plate or on an extender arm off to the side. You know, plenty of inventive ways of doing this. You could even get like a half-size cable and chuck it in your pocket. It would be there transmitting away for you. Operation is very simple. Just turn it on. It creates the Wi-Fi network. You then connect that from your computer. So you'll select its Wi-Fi network on your computer. Initially that does take 30-40 seconds to do, but the second time in it was a lot quicker. You have to run an app called the ADU, Air Direct utility, on your Mac or PC, and that takes the signal you get from that and turns it into something your computer understands. Once you connect that up, you're ready to go. You can, of course, as usual, control your camera from your tethering software. So if you have Capture One open, for example, You can adjust all the settings on your camera, same as you would when you're on a standard USB cable. So it is a true replacement for a USB tethered cable. So who's it for? Well, anybody who wants to get rid of the cable hanging out at the side of their camera, dragging across the floor and connecting to a computer. Or if you want to travel more than 15 meters away and you don't have a powered extension cable. Or if there's a lot of people around in the shoot and you don't want to be worried about some of them tripping over your cable. And these are all very valid reasons why you would invest in having something like this sitting on top of your camera, transmitting all the signals to the computer. You are going to sacrifice a little bit of that speed, as I said earlier, taking that 5 or 6 seconds to get through. But if you're not on a hugely speed-dependent shoot, it's a really, really good option to have. I've been very happy with it so far. Now, one slight issue if you are using a Mac, as I do, and you're up to date in Catalina as I am, it just won't work. You can connect up to the ADU, but it just won't read with your tethering software. That has to do with drivers that Tether Tools are making, and I'm not sure they're quite out yet, although they might be by the time you've seen this video. So hopefully they've got it all working. I know they're working on it. So the best workaround I've found is to install the previous operating system onto something like this Samsung T5 USB-C SSD. I can plug it into the back of my computer and in target mode, select this as the operating system. Now onto this I have downloaded the Air Direct utility and Capture One, or whatever your program will be you'll do, as well as Mojave operating system. And this allows me to gain the full functionality of the Air Direct unit as it was supposed to be. This only is relevant to Mac if you're running the latest version of Catalina or 10.2 onwards. So it is a very good workaround, and if you want to know how to do that, I'll have some links in the description showing that. So there we go. See ya.